So here at Video Allies, we often get asked how to make money before you get monetized with your YouTube channel, especially when it comes to ad revenue. You'll be glad to know there are a lot of ways that you can make money, bring in revenue, and monetize even before YouTube is aware of your channel. This video is going to be a little different than some because we're going to make this a discussion, and because we are a real world production company and when we do YouTube, it's just us, I'm inviting Alicia from behind the camera to join me in the discussion as we do this. In this video, we're going to talk about how to create a content marketing strategy, how to monetize your videos even before ad revenue kicks in, and most importantly, how do you keep your sanity while you're waiting and watching? We just barely started this channel, so we are in that very humble place of watching slowly as we are creating the right demographic and all of the right numbers to help YouTube know which of all of you to send to our channel. Rather than sending my channel links to my mom and all my cousins and all my friends and plastering it all over Facebook, we are very specifically using the YouTube strategy itself. YouTube knows how to find our crowd even more than we do. So with that in mind, Alicia is going to ask you, this is week 5 of posting Monday through Friday content. Alicia, tell them what you think of what it's like to have this first month of videos going out.
Yeah, so it's really interesting because we have helped a lot of different channels grow. We've seen them start from zero and grow to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But when you're doing it for yourself, it's definitely a different feeling. You have to set that ego aside as you're watching your video bring in 30 views or 50 views, and then you kind of get excited. You're like 100 views and you're like, maybe that's not a lot. But as we watch, the overall look of the entire month or the entire 5 weeks, it's like, wow, there's actually 2,000 views there. And YouTube is out there finding our people for us. We're not watching those videos ourselves or sending them to family and friends. Those are legitimate people that want to find what we have to say. So that's really exciting, but it's definitely difficult to not sit there and want to look at the analytics every single day and go, how many views did I get yesterday? We know the process, we know how it works, and we know how the growth comes, but it's still, you got to set that aside and go, okay, we just have to be patient and let YouTube do its thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of this really great lesson in humility, which I always think is a superpower. Personally, when you're humble, you can think clearly, you can keep your head on straight. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we get further into the psychology of starting a YouTube channel. The first question we wanted to address is, how do you start a content marketing strategy using YouTube? With a content marketing channel, I'm going to make a few assumptions. Number one, if you're an entrepreneur, likely it is you. It's your company, your vision. The content is probably going to be centered around you, your life, your passions, your goals, your dreams. So it is somewhat personal. But the most important thing is that you choose content that you can have enough passion and excitement for, that you can speak about that over and over and over. We've chosen, of course, video production, content marketing itself, and making money on YouTube, because that's something we're involved in every single day. And of course, we have this broad spectrum with video production, being that we also do film, we also do commercials, we also do ads and promotional. Within that world, we have a lot of things we can talk about. So that gives us enough of a basis to create a good channel. Without getting too far out there, we want to make sure it's contained enough that our viewer knows what to expect. Okay, so Alicia and I are going to just share some tips quickly on a list of things because they are each a video in and of themselves.
All right, let's just jump into a couple of different ways that you can monetize right away. So the first would be affiliate marketing.
Affiliate marketing is a pretty powerful way that you can just put links and ways for your viewers to find products that you recommend. In fact, in our case, you've got lights, we've got cameras, we've got all kinds of gear that we use regularly. So since we want to walk you through all of these steps, you will find in the video description some affiliate links for some of our gear that we use here to film. These companies all want to sell their product, and if you as an influencer creator want to share what you use, they're happy to send back a little commission to you. So affiliate marketing is a great way that you can instantly make a little bit of revenue off of every video you make.
The next method would be sponsorships.
Sponsorships simply mean someone finds your channel and you in particular align with their product or the thing they're trying to sell, and they'll approach you and say, we want the people who come to your channel to also know about our product. So just like commercials on television, you can get an actual sponsor who will pay for you to talk about their product in the video. In many cases, you can approach them. I've seen sometimes where people have been found by a sponsor and other times where you can just create this list and you go out and you find sponsors who coordinate. There was a YouTuber I watched just the other day who's in my same industry. He did a very specific strategy to get monetized, and he was approached by a company that wanted to be a part of his channel right away. So even though the ad revenue was small, his sponsorship made it so he was bringing back revenue very quickly.
Although affiliate marketing and sponsorships are both really great ways for you to make money right away off of your channel, those are two ways that still might take a little bit of time to, build an audience so that somebody wants to sponsor you, or somebody's going to look at your affiliate link and actually want to buy and trust, what you have to say. So let's go into our favorite way to make money right away with your YouTube channel, which is using it as a lead generator.
Lead generation. Everybody wants that. That's what marketing's all about. Content marketing is we're giving the content or you're giving the content on your channel and at the same time providing access to your products and your links. We do this with funnels. So because we have full in-depth videos on that one topic, I'll refer you to this one. You can click right up there and watch that other video after this to go in-depth on funnels. Something you can do right after you watch this video is just click on our description. We have a whole roadmap, so to speak, of how this works. You came to our video, you maybe had this question about monetizing on YouTube. We're sharing and teaching you content. We're also inviting you to look at the sources that we have, the resources, and in the description, you're going to find funnels. These were specifically created before we even made one video. We didn't publish anything on YouTube until we had a way to make an offering. And we very much subscribe to the idea that if you're going to teach and give all this great information, you're doing a disservice if you're not offering something that someone can do after they watch your content. With our content, we are offering an education in video production, content marketing, how to make money on YouTube. And then with those videos, we also offer free education with a free course. We also have a paid course of different sizes. We're developing a medium size, but we have a very extensive course. And then for those who just want someone to answer a question or talk to a human being, being able to ask someone, how do I get my lighting set up? Or if I wanted to do my video channel by myself, where would I begin? Or for some, their question is more like, I love what you're doing, but I have no interest in touching a camera. So what do I do? All of those questions could be answered simply by talking to a human, and we have a way for them to do that simply by going to that link.
We've given you some practical things that you can do to make sure that you're able to monetize your channel right away so that you're not sitting there waiting. Sometimes it can take a few months, sometimes it could take a few years, depending on what kind of channel you are. And so you want to have ways that bring in money right away. So we got that out of the way. Now let's talk about the mental side of things, the mind game that it is while you're waiting for your channel to grow.
We've been the ones behind the camera giving that support and coaching and assistance for people who've gone from 0 to hundreds of thousands of subscribers and those who limped along for years on a little channel. And then once they went big, again, up to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So we know what that curve looks like. So I just wanted to ask Alicia what goals people should have in mind as they're just starting brand new.
I think there's two things that you want to consider when you're starting a channel, right? There's two different goals you can have. One is to grow your channel, have lots of subscribers, lots of views, get that ad revenue. But the other is to just make money off of your channel, right? So we've seen a lot of channels that maybe they don't have a ton of views right away, but they have a high ticket item in their description. So if they get one lead and it turns into a customer, then they're able to pay for their entire year, of running their channel. So you have to kind of look into yourself and think, Am I doing this because I want to be an influencer and I want to be famous on YouTube, or am I doing this to help my business grow? And that's going to help a lot as you're sitting there going, oh, I don't have a lot of views. It's like, but how many leads did you get off of your channel this month? How much money is it bringing in for you? And then just know that that growth will come. It might take time, but it will come, and just be patient and kind of set your ego aside. Stop thinking like, do people like me? What do they think about my videos? Just trust that people will find you and they will appreciate the content that you're giving, as long as you're giving it with true value, right? You're not doing it as an ego thing. You're not doing it to say like, look at me, I know so much about this subject. It's like, hey, I want to answer this person's question. If you're doing that and you're giving real value, people will find you and your channel will grow.
Yeah, and in support of what Alicia just said, I would just add that it's important to find that place within yourself that you don't equate your value with the number of subscribers or views under your video. The truth is, you should be here to see not how many people will come and like you, but how many people you can help. And if your product is based on helping people, that will be enough. It has to be at some point enough, especially in the beginning. Think of it a lot like the stock market. We've worked with a lot of people in financial industries, and you can kind of see this volatility thing going on. And if your YouTube channel is seeing a lot of volatility, that's one of those things you can look at and think, what do I need to do to balance out my content? You're going to have some of that where, like Alicia said earlier, you may be tempted to look at your analytics every single day. With YouTube, volatility, personal volatility, and impatience will kind of get you in trouble. You can get in a downward spiral by changing things too quickly on your channel, or flopping back and forth on your channel, or doing things that make YouTube and the algorithm confused. Make no mistake, we make videos for people so that people enjoy it. And that's what YouTube wants. They want you to make great content so that as you build a true channel or a home base for a certain type of content, your viewers will come not by accident and not just by watching a short, but once they get there and they see your content is what they're truly looking for, you want people who will come and return and be a community for you. And that's when that really good ad revenue happens, because YouTube now knows you're in it to win it. You are going to be consistent, and your level of subscribers will continue to rise. What are your thoughts on not being volatile as a YouTuber, Alicia?
Yeah, one thing that kind of comes to mind is, I think a lot of people, the mistake that they'll make is they'll make content for 3 months and then go, it didn't work. I think it's really important in any type of marketing, one, that you give it a chance to get there, right? With social media, I think people assume they forget about all the hard work that went behind the scenes for somebody to grow to where they are. So you have to give yourself that time. If you do it for 3 months and you quit, well, then you are going to fail. Your videos will still sit there and be able to get views, but you have to be ready to keep going. So you have to do it in a way that's really sustainable. And then, like Ali said, with marketing, you do want to make sure that you're reviewing and you're making changes and you're improving upon what you're doing, but you don't want it to be like, oh, that didn't work, let's try something else. Oh, let's change the channel name because that's not working. Oh, let's just go in and change our entire description because that's not working. You want to give it time. And if you're constantly making these big abrupt changes, you're going to confuse the algorithm, you're going to confuse YouTube, and you're probably going to confuse your audience. So be patient and allow YouTube to do its thing.
Yeah, the truth is YouTube knows who your audience is way better than you do. And not only do they know who they are because of what they've searched previously, they know what they're Googling. They have all of the inside information. So why not let Google and YouTube be your best friend and find those people for you? In the meantime, while you're waiting and practicing your humility, watching those small numbers get bigger, and don't forget, it's not what one video does. It's what your videos and then hundreds of videos do every day. That's where your watch time comes up, because all of your videos are being watched. So in the meantime, while your channel's growing, you can create different playlists, or some call them buckets, where you have different types. Maybe a vlog style, maybe tutorials where it's like step-by-step how to do something. Maybe there's another one where you have interviews and discussions. And then you may also have videos that are just you teaching a topic, more of a talking head, And then you could have something where you're out and about doing what you do. We'll be doing all of these things. In fact, you'll want to keep watching this channel because we will be taking you with us on some really exciting projects that we'll be filming in the next few weeks. We will be filming behind the scenes, helping you see our team and how we work together. And it's just another great way for us to present who we are. So not only YouTube knows who we are, but more importantly, the viewers.
One final bonus tip that I would like to give is whatever you decide to do with your channel, pick something that you're excited about. Pick something that's going to bring you joy to create every single day. You know, you're going to be creating hopefully hundreds and hundreds of videos. And so if you're picking something that you're not that excited to talk about, then you're going to get burnt out so fast and you're going to be saying, I can't make more than 3 months worth of content. I'm over it. Pick something that you are super passionate about, something that you can't wait to share with the world.
As you're making content, remember YouTube is our favorite place to house your entire library. And of course you can repurpose and send these clips to other places, and we'll talk about that in other videos. But this is the primary place where we like to have the full library of all your content. As you build that, you will have some mental struggles. Just remember, the money will come if you bring great value. You can strategize and position yourself to be found sooner by your customer using these sponsorships, funnels, products, digital things that you create, and then just really dialing into the mental game of remembering every YouTuber started at 0. Absolutely nobody was viral or had 1 million subscribers when they started. We all start in the exact same place. We hope to provide a great example for you and a pathway you can follow as you come along with us as you create your content. We're in this for you. We're your video allies. You've got this. We've got your back, and we can't wait to see what you create.